They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, first off, before I forget, the San Francisco gig, the 26th. The 26th, I land at San Francisco Airport at 12:05. I think I have a ride. But anyway, we're going to set up on Ocean Beach between stairwell 15 and 20. There's still fire pits there. And what we're going to do, bring your poetry. What we're going to set up there, we'll try to do it. We're going to do it in the evening, the afternoon. I'll be there probably about 2 o'clock, but till sunset. And bring your poetry with you. What we're going to do, yeah, when you go to San Francisco, dandelions in your hair now. Maybe Van Gogh can dig out a couple old sunflowers to suck up. I want to talk about the Pacific Ocean. So when you come there, and we want to talk about the contamination of the Pacific Ocean. Now, I'm very tied with an amazing group of activists up and down the coast of California because of my multiple trips there, this YouTube site. People that are on the ocean all day. Photographers, fisher, people that have lived live in symphony with the Pacific Ocean. Now, I've been talking to them all and up and down. John Kirk up in Vancouver, his paddle boat business. You know, Joe down in Santa Barbara, incredible. You know, Mark, so many of these people in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Heather, so many people that are on that ocean all the time. They live like cultures have lived in symphony with the ocean. They've said, well, we were feeling pretty good a few months ago, but the last month, it's ugly. He says, what's going on? The ecosystem. Now, let's talk about that. Fukushima's been pouring in the whole time. Pacific genocide is very real. Now, the word genocide. I like Walt Stegner, who mentored me. You know, by the way, the Sierra Club, he refused to spend their money. Now they fly around in Learjets. The Greenpeace, they're all co-op. They're all co-op. And before I get Michael Rupert, rest in peace, he did some great work in LA exposing the drug through the CIA, through the corruption guy. You know, to have the weight of the world on your neck, wow, it's sad. We may argue, not come to agreement on points, but this is all of us out here. We're counterculturists, you know. We're trying to be investigative journalists. We're trying to tell the truth because no one will. No one will. The Masquerade Party, I physically represent what I am. So what we're going to do, we're going to stand on that beach, bring your poetry, and we're going to, you know, have a little, well, I don't know what you'll call it, a ritual, a prayer, whatever. We're going to pay our respects to the Pacific Ocean in a real way. We're going to pay our respects that we, as cultures for millions of years, lived in symphony. They understood that the core and the staff of life was the Pacific Ocean. That we're all not trying to rape her and kill her and abuse her. There's some of us that still respect it and all its beings, including you two-legged drinking, beer drinking mammals. Really, I mean, this fight, I want people to understand, I made the 2.5 year mark. When I was in the hospital thinking I was going to go, really the 2.5 year was my major goal. I made it. You know, I've used to wear that hat. By the way, that's one collector's item there. Those pins. You know, I wear that hat, then that hat. Now, I went to this one, people don't get it. I was called every name in the book because the chemo burned through the top of my head. When I would hike, I would put that on to keep, you know, the sunspots from burning where the chemo got it so soft. This is my favorite piece of art as far as why I did this, why I was in this fight. It's hideous. Now, every one of these pieces of cloth are made by slaves in Bangladesh. You know, I stood over there and I threw white phosphorus on them. I sprinkled white phosphorus on them. Look, Wall Stegner. Yeah, you want one? You get you one. It's a dandelion. Pick you one. They're all over. Pick you some.
Why?
The dandelion's the new sunflower. You know, everybody tries to poison them. I mean, what a hallmark and a thumbprint. The Pacific genocide. Now, the word genocide, people don't even know what that means. Wall Stegner. If you think the Germans invented genocide, you know nothing about the American West. Are there still Native Americans? Yeah. They took them down to about 5%. There were certain tribes in California, they made them extinct, gone, last of the Mohicans.
I had that team.
Who knows how it'll play out, but it's pockets. When I say San Antonio, I got accused of being a fearmonger yesterday by a girl that I really respect. I'm like, really? Really? Okay. You know, I watched it firsthand. I've watched so much of this death firsthand. I mean, it's very real. I mean, how can you eat fish out of the Pacific Ocean when they're lying to us? We don't know how contaminated it is, but we're using logic and we're using the data. I've led the data. over and over. So, you know, the Post-Ignorance Project, my fight, surviving cancer, oh hell yeah. Intense, hell yeah. My art, I've been up to this my whole life. This isn't anything new. By the way, right back here, I can hear them. I can hear them, they're cooing. The sandhill cranes and the sandpiper. Remember, I stood right before my grandfather's old potato digger. That was my dad's name, Digger, who died of this horrible disease, who was nuked in the Nevada test site. Human guinea pig like a lab rat by the head of the snake at Berkeley. We'll go out there too. We all are sooner or later.
I didn't die.
You're going to be an old man when you go.
No.
You're just a little boy.
Nope. I want to be my daddy.
Yeah, you already are. You're a big boy. He's named after my father. He was born right after Fukushima happened, within days. I have two of them that are a week apart. Named after my father, both of them. I don't want them to go through this. I don't want your kids to go through this. I don't want anybody to go through this. It's horrible. Leukemia, your worst nightmare? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It literally is. I'm going back to work as far as the artist, you know.
Whoa.
Painting bores me. But Fukushima's been pouring in the Pacific the entire time. The whole time. If you guys think that it's gone away, the news cycle's gone away, it doesn't matter. The contemporary sheep are so gone. They don't care because they're hypnotized? No, they're in denial. They know the real estate market, their entire freaking facade, their debt structure. They know. They just go along. You know, enjoy it while you can. Really? Really? Wow. I'm going to fight back in an intense way. Have I? I hope I have. My walk started out with that hat on this YouTube site. Went to that one. I remember I told you I will never take that off until I'm fixed and out of the hospital. I kept it on the whole time. You know, you got to realize I was bald-headed with burned chemo marks all over the top of my head. That's why I went to that one. In honor of the mighty blue Pacific. Remember I told you I was going to dye my hair blue, which I did. Stood out there and did that video. The mighty blue Pacific. Well, I don't have much hair, and I didn't have much anyway. I got to go get that boy. But on Ocean Beach, the 26th, in the evening and the afternoon, between Stairway 15 and 20, we'll be there. Bring your poetry. Then off, we'll go to Cal Berkeley. I'll be there for 5 days. We'll get a lot of activism. Now, bring your Geiger counters, too. Stay un-tuna-ed. Hideous, like American culture has evolved.